The moment your heart stops, something else starts. Not memory, not a dream, a reckoning. Most people imagine death as silence. It isn't. It is the loudest moment you will ever live through, and nothing about your life prepares you for what happens in that first second, because everything you postponed comes due at once, all together, with no line to wait in. If you've ever wondered what death actually feels like, not the medical version, the spiritual one, you're not being morbid, you're being honest. Scripture never describes death as an ending, it describes it as an unveiling. In the first instant your body stops, 7 things happen in order, whether you believe in them or not, whether you were ready or not. This isn't speculation dressed up as comfort. This is what the Bible actually says happens, and it happens fast, faster than you can brace for it. 7 things, in sequence, and the 7th one is the one nobody warns you about, because it doesn't look like judgment at all. Number 1, the veil tears. The second your last breath leaves, the barrier between the physical and the spiritual doesn't fade slowly. It rips open like a curtain torn top to bottom, the way the temple curtain tore the moment Christ died. Paul called it being away from the body and at home with the Lord. No delay, no fog, no waiting room, no holding pattern, no second chance to say one more thing to the people you left behind. You don't drift into the next life, you land in it fully conscious. That should unsettle you a little, because it means there is no grace period to change your mind after this. The boundary is instant, and it is final. Whatever you were still deciding stays undecided, permanently, and it becomes someone else's story to finish, not yours. The relationships you kept meaning to repair, the words you kept meaning to say, all of it freezes exactly where you left it, unfinished, on the other side of a boundary you can no longer cross. Number 2, your works testify before you speak. You don't get to explain yourself first. Every choice you buried, every kindness you hid, every cruelty you justified in private, stands up and speaks on its own without your permission and without your editing. Hebrews says everything is naked and exposed before him, not judged by your intentions, judged by what you actually did with the time you were given. That's not cruelty, that's precision, and precision doesn't negotiate. It means the excuses you're rehearsing right now for later, the ones you're saving for a deathbed confession or a long apology speech, won't make it through the door because there is no door left to knock on. What you meant to do was never the standard. What you actually did already testified long before this moment arrived. Number 3, you feel the weight of what you actually worshipped. Whatever ruled your attention in life doesn't disappear. It follows you into that first moment and reveals itself for exactly what it was, stripped of every excuse you used to defend it. Money, approval, comfort, even good things you twisted into gods. All of it surfaces at once, uninvited, heavier than you remember it being. This isn't punishment, it's exposure. What you bowed to in secret gets named out loud in front of the only witness who has ever actually mattered, and there is nowhere left to put it down quietly. Whatever you carried in secret for years gets set on the table in a single instant with no chance to rehearse an explanation first. Here's what's already true by this point in the sequence. Nothing that happened in your life was neutral. Every hidden thing surfaces. Every allegiance gets named whether you meant to make it or not. That's not random. That's discernment finally made visible in real time, the kind you avoided while you were alive because it was inconvenient. Now here's the next one, and it moves faster than the last 3 combined, because this is where the pace of the whole sequence changes. Number 4, time stops functioning the way you knew it. Peter wrote that with the Lord. A day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years are like a day. In that first moment, the clock you spent your whole life obeying simply breaks, and every deadline you built your identity around collapses into irrelevance. You stop measuring your existence in years and start measuring it by what those years were actually for. This is where most people panic, because on Earth you can always say later, you can always push it to next week, next season, next year, the same promise you've made yourself 100 times already. There, later doesn't exist. There is only now, stretched out and fully lit, with nowhere left to hide from it, and no calendar left to negotiate with. Number 5, You see who was actually praying for you. The intercession you never knew about becomes visible in an instant, all at once, like a curtain lifting on a room you didn't know existed. People who carried you in silence, warfare fought on your behalf without your knowledge, mercy you were given that you never once thanked God for because you never saw it happen. All of it surfaces at the same time. It's humbling because it proves you were never as self-sufficient as you believed, and it strips away the last of your pride before you even ask it to, before you can perform humility one more time for an audience. You spent years thinking you carried yourself alone. In that first moment, you find out how wrong that was and how little credit you actually deserve for still standing. Number 6, your assignment gets weighed, not your applause, not how many people liked you, not how many followed you, quoted you, or mourned you publicly on a screen. What did you build when no one was clapping? Who did you protect when nobody was watching? What did you refuse to compromise when compromise would have been so much easier and so much quieter? Matthew 25 doesn't ask, were you famous? It asks, did you feed, clothe, visit the ones everyone else walked past without slowing down? That's the standard, and it doesn't move. Quiet obedience outweighs public performance every single time, and there are no exceptions made for platform size, follower count, or how convincing you sounded to the people who never checked whether your life matched your words. The measurement was never about scale. It was always about faithfulness in the parts nobody was filming. Number 7, and this is the one nobody prepares you for. You meet the version of yourself God intended, standing directly next to the version you actually became. Not as punishment, as clarity, sharp and immediate and impossible to soften. Every calling you delayed out of comfort, every gift you buried out of fear, every door you refused to walk through because it looked too costly at the time, stands there in full view in that first moment, undeniable, lit from every angle at once. This is subtle. This is dangerous because it doesn't look like fire and it doesn't look like judgment. It looks like grief, and grief is harder to argue your way out of than punishment ever was. It looks harmless. It still blocks peace completely. The gap between who you were made to be and who you settled for becomes impossible to explain away, and there is no more time left on either side to close it, not one more second, not one more excuse. What felt like grief in that instant was actually the clearest mercy you were ever offered, and you missed it because it came dressed as sorrow instead of fire. That gap is the point of everything that came before it in this sequence. Not fear for its own sake, alignment while you still have breath left in your body to use it for something that outlasts you.